Hello everybody in the music and vinyl community. This is Mike coming at you, Earth Soldier 777, and I figured I'd show you a video regarding something I forgot to show in my last video on the Raise Your Fists video. And there's one album I forgot to mention of an iconic pioneering Christian band, and this is Resurrection Band, the box set of Music to Raise the Dead. They came out back in 2008. Here you have a fist holding a lightning bolt. I can't believe I forgot to show this album. It comes with a great 3 or 4 CD set with a DVD of a concert and a very thick booklet with all these pages. I can't believe I got to show this. Look at the booklet. So there you have it. So anyway, I just figured to show you that quick housekeeping video of my last video where I forgot to show that. So there you have it. Also, I feel like this sort of confession I need to make, or something that I need to mention. I've been buying a lot of albums the past couple years, or especially past year, and I don't always get a chance to listen to them thoroughly when I get the album. So what I'm doing now is going back and listening to my previous albums that I bought over the past few years. I am familiar with a lot of the albums that I bought were a lot of them reissues. And even if they're a brand new album, I would go through the album quickly, preview songs, and get a feel for sections of songs. So this past weekend, I listened to 2 albums that I got in my collection. I'll show them to you now. This is Shout, It Won't Be Long, which is a reissue by Gerda Music. So there you have the original 9 songs plus demos. And here you have Soldier, Babylon and Beyond with the complete works of the band. So basically this section was pretty much what's called What's Spinning. And so section of my video. And now the thing is with this album is that the Shout album, I do like the layout, the pictures, and all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to show it because other people show it in previous videos, but here's the inside part. And I find it's got a lot more bottom end, a lot more bass. The drums more pronounced, more clear. I'm not sure it's me or maybe what I'm using to listen to this on. I use my computer speakers to listen to it on. I find that certain sections, the guitars are hard to make out, and the snare drum gets you can't hear it. I'm not sure if it's my ears or what I'm using to listen to music. What I might do is give this CD another quick preview to see if my ears align to me on a different system. But like I said, overall it's pretty good. As you may know, since Ken Templeton left Joshua, this was the first album he put out in 1988, and of course it gained attention overseas as well as in the U.S. There you have it, Shout Won't Be Long. And this one's a Babylon, Collected Works of Babylon. Thing about this album, and I'll give you a quick preview of what I think of this band. I find the band is tight. They are, obviously they have talent. I found the lead vocals a bit strained, the lead vocals. And the reason why this band never got signed to a major label is, I heard mentioned before from other threads, other videos of talking about this band. Never got missed or never got picked up by other small label or medium or major label. I have no idea why. The vocals are a bit strained. I think with proper vocal coach, he would have overcame that. And the live albums are really raw. The live demos, which is called Louder Than Hell and His Festival. But the Babylon Beyond demo, which is the first one, which was also released on vinyl. These first few songs here, and the California Metal compilation right here, and the first few songs here were pretty decent. The songs, the 4 songs right here they mentioned that they released in 1992. I believe the first couple was pretty good, but the last 2 were okay. Not the best, but like I said, overall it's not bad. It was a good effort from the band, and it's a 2 CD version. If you don't have this, I think it might be more copies on Roxx Records, Roxx Productions, Roxx Records. Sorry, I forgot to check. But if you ever decide to pick up this, if you want to get this, I definitely recommend you getting this. So there you have it. Now, let's get to the main part of my video. There a while back, I showed the releases of 1985. No, actually no. It was releases from my 1974 to 1985. And also a more recent video, I showed one regarding 1986 releases. Well, this is going to be about 1987. And this is a perfect segue into one for 1987 because some of these tracks or the sections of this album actually showed footage from that year, 1987. So what you have here is Louder Than Hell, which is 1987, and you have His Festival, which is also 1987. Here, and here. These two sections of the album CD here. And by the way, this one was reissued back in 2018. There you have it. So I figured I'd show you this little bit of segue into what I'm about to show you for release for 1987. So what you have here, starting off, is a band Whiteheart. Mercy Broadcast. This came out in 1987. After the release of Don't Wait for Movie was came out in 86. And Whiteheart, I know this don't get shown a whole lot in the community, but Whiteheart's one of those Christian rock bands which started back around 1981, 82. And these guys started out as assist musicians before they became the band Whiteheart for other bands. And they're quite talented group there. And as you may know, Dan and David Huff used to be in this band back in the early days, up until around 85. He left that band. I believe the guitar player produced, as you may know, the Megadeth album, Cryptic Writings. And also the two brothers formed the band Giant. They had an album called Last of Runaways. So this is the same. Dan David Huff was with this band up to 85. So this is a little bit of a background story for you. And some great songs, and this one is No Taboo, Fashion Fades, More Sold Out, Speed of Sound. Some great tracks in this one. There you have it, Whiteheart, Mercy Broadcast. If you like sort of like that AOR rock, similar to, what can I compare them to? Styx, what else? Kansas, that kind of stuff. Highly recommend this album, or any album by Whiteheart. Another one I want to mention that probably needs no introduction because this has been shown before in other videos, is Petra, This Means War, which came in 87. This is the second album that featured their new lead singer John Slitch, who was joining him back in the early 86. And this is the second album he sang his lead vocals on. And this is not my favorite Petra album. Did I call this Whiteheart? Anyway, this is not my favorite Petra album, This Means War. But it does have some good songs just the same. Such as the title track, This Means War. It Came We Saw Conquer, which is obviously about Christ. Get on Your Knees and Fight Like a Man, a decent track, which is about spiritual warfare by getting on your knees and praying. Another one is Kanaya, You Are My Rock, and Ella King's Horses. It also comes with two pretty decent keyboard type ballads, I'm Available and Don't Let Your Heart Be Hardened. So there you have it, Petra, This Means War. And of course, Petra, this is probably the first of, let me think for a second. This is probably, of course, This Means War obviously deals with spiritual warfare in the spiritual realm, much like Deliverance's Weapons of Warfare. And I believe the album after this one, On Fire, also deals with the same theme as well, in some of the songs called On Fire. There you have it. Great hard rock album. And next one I'll show you is Impel Terry, the Impel Terry Black EP. And as you may know, this one sort of got a cult following. Like the Japanese version of this CD, Orders from Japan. There you have it. It only has 4 songs. And this sort of got put in Christian Pellettieri's name and face on the map of the guitar shredders from the 80s. As we know, their album came from the 80s, were like Paul Gilbert, Yngwie Malmsteen, Steve Vai, and a bunch of other guitar players. Well, Christian Pellettieri is one of those virtuoso guitar players back started in the 80s. And of course, he got his good friend Rob Rock to sing lead vocals on this. And of course, we all know who Rob Rock is. Sang with Joshua Pellettieri, Angelica, got a solo album out, and did the Mars Project Driver album. Got four tunes. And also the Pellettieri album, Stand in Line, the version I got, also has those same 4 songs as bonus tracks on the CD that you see here. Trying to get rid of glare here. There you have it. So like I said, so that's another one, great release from 1987. Another one I'd like to show you, probably needs no introduction, is, of course, Whitecross. There you have it. The self-titled debut album. And as you may know, Christian metal was well on its way to becoming known back in '87. As you may know, in '85 or before, there wasn't too many Christian metal bands, and I showed that. I mentioned that in the previous video. Of course, in '85 you had Daniel Band, well, Striper, Res Band, Jerusalem, if you call. I wouldn't call Jerusalem metal, but more hard rock to me. And you had Leviticus, which is popular in Sweden. They became well known in the mid '80s. And of course, you had bands like Bloodgood and Barren Cross, but they weren't nationally known or internationally known until the first release in '86 in Messiah Prophet. I think before '85 period. You had Saint too. They became more well known in '86, but before '86, these guys more or less was known in their local area. More or less on the West Coast, or where originally from, as well. And then you had '86, where bands really became well known, like Messiah Prophet, Saint, Blood and Barren Cross, because before '85 period, or '85 or before, like I said, these bands were sort of like they had albums out, but they weren't as well known, that kind of stuff. So there you have it. So there you have Whitecross, their debut. Also have the 2005 reissue and re-recorded this album, 1987. There you have it, Whitecross. And also, last but not least, and you guys probably know very familiar with this band, need no introduction, is Bloodgood, Detonation. And here's the enhanced artwork. This came out back in 2000 and... I got the year here somewhere. It doesn't say the year in the back there. I think it's back in 2000 in Intense Mini Records, which is no longer around. This is underneath the Rock's Productions, Rock Records, Bill Baffert. He had a short run semi-label, which features a few CDs. And of course, here's the original artwork to Bloodgood, Detonation. There you have it. And of course, this is probably their most well-known album. This eventually went platinum. Probably several years later, it was released in '87. So there you have it, guys. So, alright guys, that's it. That's all I have for you right now. All the best, and have a great day. Bye now.